Hello. How's everybody doing today? It's Thomas Brush, that's me. I make indie games for a living, and today's a fun day. Today's a special day because we're going to open up Unity and we're going to take a look at a new little mini project I'm working on, because in all the seriousness of Father, which is my first-person shooter, horror, serious, story-driven game, in all the seriousness and the darkness of it, I need something light. So this is going to be a fun little side project me and my buddy Felipe are working on. So let's jump into Unity, guys, and get started. And by the way, guys, I wanted to let you know that my brand new course, Easy 3D, is totally free right now. Click below to enroll for free, and you'll immediately be taken to the program where you're going to learn how to make your very first 3D game. And here's the best part. You're going to do it fast. And you really don't need to know anything about Unity or code or 3D modeling. It's really kind of easy, and it's totally free. Click below to make your very first 3D game. I can't wait to see you succeed. Alright guys, I don't know what this game is called, but we're just going to have some fun. I'm going to show you really quick what we've got currently. We made this in about, probably less than a week, which is encouraging because these smaller type games are just, that you could knock them out pretty quick with a small team. So let me show it to you. So you play as this little medieval doggy. So far, what our goal is to have a really good character controller. Really beautiful character controller that's fun to play with, a great camera as well, and collectibles. So today what we're going to work on is getting the movement perfect. So the rolling, basically I want the dog to be able to curl up into a ball and roll around. That's going to be our goal for today. And also maybe add a drop shadow below the player. Okay? Now, by the way, guys, one of the fun things about this game is the day-night cycle. So we've got a day-night cycle currently running, and this is all in Animator. Let me turn it down a little bit. This is all done in an animation component, okay? So the daylight, color, the direction of the directional light, and also, my hair's in my face, and also the fog colors, all of this is handled, and the music as well, is all handled with an Animator. So let's wait for evening to come and then night to come. Once that's all happened, then we're going to go ahead and jump into Unity, into the code base, and we're going to get the character controller to roll up into a ball. So Felipe right now, he's working on all of the custom models. So all of this is custom except for the dog. The reason why is because the dog is an asset I found on the asset store. Not the hat, that's custom. But we're going to customize the mesh, and he's doing that right now. But I loved the dog animation and all of that, so we're gonna keep it pretty much as is. I got no complaints. All right, let's wait for the day-night cycle. But one of the goals with this project, guys, one of the goals is to have a project we can work on the side that's a little bit more playful, a little bit more fun, relaxing, and peaceful, and simple. So we're coming up with some very simple gameplay mechanics for this game, and we're going to be working on those in just a second. I just wanted to show you what happens when night comes. So now it's nice and quiet. We have beautiful little birds. Cricket's starting to chirp. So I love day-night cycles. Really big fan of day-night cycles. So that's what we're working on here. So the moonlight is starting to come through now. You can see it slowly coming through. And different music starts to play. Right? So the music that's currently playing is from a buddy of mine named Gavin Greenaway. He was on an interview on my channel. He wrote this beautiful piano music, and I'd like to try and license it if I can. It's very pretty. So that's what we've got currently, guys. The best part is it's multiplayer. So right now, me and Felipe can play together as little pugs. But, you know, the multiplayer system isn't super robust. So we got to work on that, okay? All right, the first thing I want to do here, guys, is I want to get the player to be able to roll up into a ball. So what we've got is we have a player controller that's actually a ball. So all along, this character controller it's not a capsule, actually. It's just a ball. So if I turn on the mesh renderer here and then disable the graphic for the player, you'll see all we've got here currently is a ball, right? That's about all we've got. Pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is basically when I hold shift, we're going to disable the graphic. That's all I want to do right now, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into the character controller script here. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new variable. It's going to be called public is sprinting. Probably a better word is rolling. Okay. Now we need to say if shift. So if key input dot key is down, and then the key code is shift. We'll do left shift for now, and obviously we'll make this Y. Get key down. Get key down, key shift. Then we're gonna say is rolling equals true. Otherwise, it's not. Or a better way to put it is rolling equals input dot key code left shift. I believe is a way to turn that into a Boolean. We'll just do it this way for now. I think there is rolling equals false. And by the way, guys, if you haven't downloaded my or taken a look at my free 3D course, be sure to check that out below. And also, be sure to check out my free 2D game kit below. Totally free. All right. So is rolling, for some reason, doesn't exist. Because we need to say is a Boolean. Boolean is rolling. Why? Okay, there we go. So let's make it, it's public, so that's good, so we can see it. So let's just make sure it's working with the shift key. So the way that I like to code is I like to make sure that I can check and see every little iteration works. Because, you know, more times than not, what I've found is I type something wrong and then is rolling isn't true. So you can see right here, it doesn't work, right? So you press it once and it only happens and then it turns off. So what we need to do is instead of is down, it needs to be get key. That's about it. Let's try that. Here we go. Let's take a look. There we go. So is rolling, you can see it turning on and off. And then we're also getting sticky keys. Disable this keyboard shortcut in ease of access keyboard settings. I want to disable that. How do I disable you? Yeah. we go. That should do it. There we go. Okay, so pressing shift allows us to be in the rolling state. Now, the next question is, if we're rolling, if is rolling, do a bunch of crap, okay? The first one is the dog animator dot, there's a mesh associated with it. Let's take a look. Player graphic. We can actually see if we can just disable it entirely. Dog animator dot set active. Dog animator dot game object dot set active to false. So what this is going to do is basically going to disable the graphic of the animator, but it's going to enable the ball graphic. So let's go to the dog animator himself. Where is it? There it is. And we're right below it. We're going to do public. It's going to be a mesh renderer. This is going to be the dog ball graphic. Let's think here. Yeah, we're going to change this actually. We're going to make it a game object. And there's going to be a dog ball graphic, but he's going to be inside of the ball itself, okay? So we're just going to put another sphere in there for now while Felipe works on the graphic, okay? Okay, so there's the player controller. Let's open that up. There he is. So this is the actual player controller right here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take that player controller, stick it inside of itself, but no script on it, no audio source, nothing, right? Just the actual graphic itself, okay? So it's going to be this right there, okay? All right. So that's going to be called the ball graphic. And now what we do is we go to our actual, there it is, our game object here, which is, keep on scrolling down here. There it is, ball graphic. And keep it right where it's at. And let's set it to the ball graphic. Let's set it active to false by default, just in case. Okay. I don't know why. There we go. Okay. Now let's scroll down here. This is rolling variable. I know it's weird that this feels redundant here. We're going to remove that redundancy after we get it working. We'll clean it up for sure. Dog ball graphic set active equals false. Good, good, good. That's actually going to be true. Honestly, we could do this. We could say the dog animator is inverse to the rolling. And this is not. It's just directly correlated. So I think that should work. Let's try it out. So when we press shift, the ball graphic will appear. When we release shift, the dog graphic will appear. Joshua says, this is pre-recorded. No, it's not. Okay, there we go. Look. All right. Very good. So if you hold shift, you can become a ball. If you release shift, you're a dog. There we go. So what's the point of this? The point is when you hold shift, you can sprint and you can burst into enemies, roll into enemies, but you're more bouncy, okay? So what we need to do is we need to create, well, one thing's for certain here. Notice how the rigid body here, the drag is set really high when I'm the dog. That's because if I'm on an incline, I don't want to roll down the incline if I'm using my feet, right? So let's test it out. Let's make this an incline. Okay, if we have an incline here and we're rolling and we're walking, we don't want the dog to roll down, do we? Despite the fact that we're using a ball controller, we're going to set the drag really high so that the dog doesn't roll. But if I hold shift, I should begin rolling down, okay? But why am I not? Because the drag is set to a very high value, okay? So here's what we're going to do. Now that we have that is rolling value, we could take a look at the drag values. Right here, there it is. So it looks like our drag value is only being set twice. Let's double check. Drag. Let's double check here. Just this current document. Once. Good, okay. So if we're jumping, if that's set to false, aka we're on the ground, then what we want to do is we want to set the drag value to 0, but only if, no, the else if we are rolling. Is rolling is set to false. That's actually what we're looking for here. So the drag value will be set to 200. And then we probably need one more else, actually, which is drag's just going to be 0. If rolling is set to else if we are rolling, that might be redundant. Well, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get everything looking great and working properly, and then we'll go in and do a spring cleaning and clean up the code. But right now, I think that's going to work for us. So let's take a look. Joshua, take it easy, bro. Do you want me to make a game? It's really, really hard to code and talk to the audience. Hey, there we go. It works. Awesome. And it's really fun to move too. Woo! But we also want to add a bouncy material to it so that he bounces like crazy. Boop. Oh my goodness, that is so fun. Woohoo! Awesome. I like it. That is super fun. Okay, that was easy actually. Hey Thomas, I've been thinking about getting a ring finger tattoo. I'm curious what your experience has been with yours. Do you like it as it faded? Yeah, it's faded. Every tattoo fades. Yeah, it's fine. I tried putting on my ring again because I am married. And I felt so claustrophobic and I just took it off. That's why I got this, because for some reason I feel really claustrophobic with a ring on. Okay, so that feels great. The next thing we want to do is we want to have 2 materials, okay? Oh. 2 materials, and these aren't real materials. These are physics materials, okay? So the first one is player material walking, and then this one is player material ball, or how about rolling? How about player material ball and then player material legs? Okay. Hey Thomas, is there any active coupon codes available for the full-time game dev course? Noel, how about this? Email thomas@fulltimegamedev.com. Thomas@fulltimegamedev.com with the subject line, Thomas said to email you. And I will message my buddy right now, my personal assistant. Please provide a 50% off coupon to, just because I'm feeling nice today. Noel. Noel. There we go. Well, apparently my there we go. My YouTube video is going. Yep, I just sent a message to my personal assistant. He will send you an email. How's that? And if you don't, that's okay too. All right, guys, the next thing we want to do here is we have a player material ball and also player material legs, okay? So the legs are good. The ball needs to be bouncy, okay? So we're going to set it to 20, like 100, okay? Actually, we can only do 1. So we're going to do 1 here. And what that means now is that we need to have 2 materials in the actual controller as references, okay? So let's open up the script here. And where the jump is, we're going to say this is a public physics material. Physic material. That's weird. And it's going to be jump or what's it called? Player material ball. And then there's also player material legs. Roby says, Thomas, what kind of game is this? I don't know. We're trying to figure this out. It is multiplayer. We've got multiplayer built in. We were playing it last night, and it's really fun to jump around and hang out. And I just want to sort of build this up slowly and get your guys' ideas. Player material ball and player material legs. Very good. So the next thing I want to do here is if we're rolling, we need a reference to the actual collider. We've got it. Okay. Collider. Do I? I don't think I do. This collider. Yeah. I mean, I think I've only got one, right? Yeah, I've only got one. So this collider dot physics material. Wait, what? How do you change the material? Material equals, well, if we're rolling, we want it to be bouncy. So it's going to be the bouncing physics material. Where's the lowercase? What's it called? Player material ball. But if we're rolling and if we're walking, it's going to be player material legs. Y'all want to take a look? Well, let's take a look. See if it works. This is going to be fun, actually. Come on. There we go. Let's hit play. By the way, guys, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, be sure to click that. Take a look. All right. So far, we're good. Very smooth. But let's try out the new ball physics. Okay, for some reason, we need to, wait, Thomas, we need to assign the values. So we need to go to our player script over here and assign those values. So where are my materials for physics? There they are. So we have our ball and then we have our legs. Y'all ready? Let's go. Yep. Joachim says, what are your networking solutions for a multiplayer game? They are Pun 2. Photon Pun 2. Boing! Look at that, guys. Woohoo! Okay, so we obviously don't want it to bounce that much. But hopefully you get the idea here. So being a ball has its advantages. It's going to be, easier to... Oh, looks like we need to make sure our... Oh, there's a couple things here. So the graphic itself needs to be this, right? I think we can actually move the clothing into the dog itself. The clothing we're going to disable. The graphic needs to be the dog, not the light or the trail or the step particles or anything like that. So let's take a look here and see if we can fix that. Player controller. Because as you could see that the particles were appearing, and we don't want that after you release the movement or the rolling key. So what I mean is we need to move the actual dog graphic into the ball. No, into the dog graphic. There it is, dog animator. Crap. Okay, so what we need to do here is we need to have a public game object. Dog animator graphic, or it'd be dog. I would say that's fine to call it that for now. And then what you would do is you would say dog animator graphic dot game object set active. There we go. That way we can still see the particles emitting from the graphic when you jump and when you bounce, because those are being disabled currently and we don't want that. Okay. The rig will still be there, but I'm not worried because the rig isn't actually doing anything. So let's go ahead and move the dog animator graphic to here. There we go. So hopefully now when we hit play here and we're bouncing around, good, you can see the particles and the hat is still there though. That sucks. It's because it's in the rig. What we're going to do is also disable the rig. Okay. I said that wasn't going to be a big deal, but it is a big deal. So let's dog ball graphic and also dog ball rig, or dog animator rig. There we go. So we have all these references here. It's kind of a mess, but that's okay. Dog ball graphics set equal false. Good. That's great. So go on down here, and all we got to do is dog animator graphic. And you can't parent it because it's part of the rig. The hat has to be part of the rig. So we're going to go type in hat here, or dog animator. Where is it? Rig. Oh. Set that active to is rolling. The opposite of is rolling. Good. So now all you got to do is go to the player controller here and dog animator rig. Just put it right here. There we go. Hit play. Yeah, I don't recommend making side games, but when you're making something super dark like my father game, it really helps. Why? Okay, bouncy, bouncy. Look at that. So now all of our bouncing effects, all of it is still there, which looks great, honestly. Surprised, actually. I didn't think they would actually work so well. What a good, just wonderful relief. So bouncing is definitely effective. It really is. But it's dangerous. And the reason why is we're going to have a roll multiplier as well. But first, let's go to our bounce material. And we're going to set it to 0.5. Okay. And then we're also going to create a rolling multiplier. Okay. So let's go ahead and create a rolling multiplier. I think this is where's rolling? There it is. Public float rolling multiplier. By default, it's going to be 1, right? Because you don't want to multiply something by 0, because then it'll be 0. And we're going to have rolling multiplier, and then we're going to have rolling multiplier. Actually, it's just going to be 1 or 2. That way, what we do is we need to say if rolling is true, then rolling multiplier. Let's see here. One sec, guys. Oh, this is such bad code, but I'm going to do it. If we're rolling multiplier equals 2, else. Bad code all around. We could create a new variable called float. This rolling multiplier, and that's going to be equal to 1, right? But over here, if we're rolling, then this rolling multiplier equals 2. Otherwise, it equals the original value. Actually, no. This will equal rolling multiplier. Otherwise, it's going to equal 1. That way, we can multiply this by this. There we go. So our movement vector is going to be determined by air control multiplier, which just slows down that controller. Air control multiplier when you're in the air is a higher value, so you can't move as much when you're in the air. And then there's also a rolling multiplier here, right? And that's always going to be 1, but if we're rolling, it will be set to the actual rolling multiplier value we've determined in the inspector here, which in this case is going to double your speed. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Actually, we got to make it 2 here. We'll see. Let's hit play. I think we're a lot faster, right? Let's take a look. So if I want to get to here, it's like 3 seconds. What if I make it 5? Let's try it out. Rolling multiplier equals 5. I don't know why it's not working. Let's take a look. Wait, what? Shouldn't I get an error here? Do I have a value called rolling? I think I have a variable called rolling. Yeah, I do. Look at this. Okay, we need to get rid of that. All right. And by the way, guys, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, feel free to do that if you're just joining us. Or if you want to take a 3D course that's totally free, you can click below. Check that out. It's totally free. How many of you have taken the Easy 3D course? Feel free to check that out, guys. Am I faster? I'm not. Well, maybe. Pretty amazing how quick this is going. Okay, is rolling is being set to true. So what's our rolling multiplier here? Let's make it 10. Okay, good. It works. But we have a max speed, so the max speed needs to be multiplied by that as well. Okay, so float this max speed equals, it's going to be max speed by default, okay? But if we're rolling, then this max speed equals max speed times 2. Or times, I think what I want to do is have a rolling max speed. Does that make sense? Although, there's a lot of options here. So let's go to our max speed value. There it is. We're going to have a max speed rolling value. I don't know if I want to do it that way. I don't think there is a max speed when you're rolling, you know? Let's see here. I think that might actually work. So we'll have this max speed. If we're rolling, this max speed equals the max speed available times 2. Otherwise, it's just going to equal max speed. Okay. Then we need to find where we're using max speed and simply put it there. Okay, I think that's good. Let's take a look. There we go. So obviously very dangerous, right? So what we want to do is we want to make sure that the rolling multiplier here, I mean, that's intense. So 1.5 maybe. Let's try that out. It feels pretty good. What do you guys think? It's dangerous. You got to be careful. It's a little much. I think it's because of the max speed, to be honest. So I think the max speed, you know, we should be limiting a little bit more. So if we go to this max speed value, this max speed is going to be 1.5. I mean, honestly, you could probably just do that, you know, or you can multiply it by that actually. Yeah, I think that's fine actually. Let's try that out. So if it's 1.5, that means we're going to be also multiplying the max speed times 1.5 and sort of clamping it at that value. So the question is, Thomas, why would I not just roll around all the time? It's a good question. I'm not so sure. Because it's chaotic, and if there's enemies everywhere, it's going to be really hard to get them. So there's the ability to roll. There's also going to be the ability to smash. So if I'm in the air and I press shift, I should smash down. Let me think here. That's more of a toggle ability. So let's see here. If I release and then press shift, it should slam me down, boom, like that. So if we're slamming, then don't release the ball. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Wonder what the sound is like. That's the real question. Not bad. Okay, cool. Yeah, you gotta be really careful when you're a ball. Alright, cool. Alright, guys. Feels pretty good. All right, let's see here. Let us see here. We need a smash. Here's what we're going to do. If is smashing, is pounding. If that's false, then we can do whatever we want as a ball. It doesn't really matter, right? But if we're pounding, there's going to be a specific action that occurs. Okay. Wait, what? Why? Something happened. Oh, is pounding doesn't exist. That's why. So let's go to our is rolling value. Boolean here. And let's convert it, or let's add something below it. Public Boolean. And we'll make all these private when we need to here. Is pounding is by default set to false. Okay. Actually, you know what? If is pounding equals false, good. And also, and is jumping. Yeah, I believe that's good here. Let's think here. What button do we want to press to pound down? Should it be space or should it be shift? Should pound, okay, so shift is sprint, guys. Let's get a vote here. Shift is sprint, aka turn into a ball. Pounding is you're also a ball, but you slam downward like a cannonball. Is that pressing space again? So you jump with space and then you press it again? Or is it pressing shift again? What value is it? Space to slam down. No, there's no double jump. There's no double jump. Pressing jump would be better. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. If we're pounding, then we have free reign over whether we sprint or not, right? If we're not pounding. If we are pounding, though, then the pound, actually, then nothing else, right? Nothing else currently. Then what we need to do is we need to have an else value for the, hold on one sec here. Something's wrong. There we go. There we go. Good. All right. So next thing we want to do is while we're in the air and we press space, then we're going to set the is pounding variable to true. The moment you touch the ground, is pounding gets set back to false. That's all we want to do here, okay? So let's do that really quick. All right, let's do it. Okay. If jump or key code is space and jump hold timer is smaller than jump hold max, if they're grounded, then you do the jump. If we're jumping, then we have jump hold, which jump hold is encouraging the jump. The player can jump just a little bit more. This is interesting. If the player releases jump and they are jumping, they can no longer hold for the longer jump. Good. And then we allow for the pound smash. Okay? Yep. So I believe, let's see here. What is this? Yeah. Okay, let's check here. Can we do that? No, we can't do that. So we need to say if jumping is true and jump hold timer equals jump hold max. All right, so let's test this out. Why don't we just call it pound? If we press the key space and we're jumping, and also the jump hold timer equals jump hold max, like we have here, then we can actually allow for a pound. Debug.log pound. And also, let's just do is pounding equals true. Then this gets set to false somewhere else, but right now I just want to check this out. Let's double check something here. Yeah. Okay. We also want view as mine to be true. That's a multiplayer thing. If view is mine, good. All right, let's test it out, guys. All right, here we go. So we have is rolling and is pounding. So the rolling value, I know that works with shift, no problem. Good. I can't do any sort of pounds. Actually, let's really quick, just for clarity here, let's go and is rolling is false. Because we don't want to allow a pound. Well, I don't see why not, actually. We don't need, I mean, if you're rolling, it doesn't matter. So yeah, actually, we're good. Let's hit play again. Jeff McLeod, what's resharper? Good, it works. I didn't think that would work, but it works. Okay, is pounding equals true? Good to know. And then we're going to say is pounding to false when we set is jumping to false. So if we're jumping and we're grounded, then set jumping to false and do all of the effects for jump particles. If we are pounding, then for now, I know this is redundant, but we're going to say is pounding equals false. But we're also going to put pound effects right here. There we go. Hey Josh Bishop, how you doing? Alrighty. So let's take a look. So what we're looking for is this value is pounding to be set to true when I want it to, and false when I don't want it to. Okay, here we go. Boom. 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 Great, I love it. You can spam it, you'll be okay. Cool, okay. So, now what we want to do is if is pounding is set to true, we actually want to become a ball. Okay, I know that's weird, but what we're going to do here is, let's see here. There we go. Let me think about this. We got to figure this out, friends. So what we're going to do is we're going to set is rolling to true if we are pounding. So we're going to remove this actually. Well, hang on. No. I have a better idea. Else. Is rolling is going to be set to true, and yes, and then this right here will be placed outside of here. Bang. If we are rolling, change the speed and the physics material. Therefore, we need to have the physics material here, which is the player material ball. So is rolling is true, so that goes right here, and then this one goes right here. Here we go. That way, we take a look here, else, so if we're pounding, then we need to say is rolling is true. And also, I think that might actually be everything. This here, this is going to be right here. Doesn't matter what we're doing. If we're rolling, these graphics get set. So graphics set for rolling. Or how about this? Set graphics for rolling. That way when we hit play here, it should, the theory is when we press shift, we can roll. Good. And bounce. Now if I pound, I become a ball. Good. Cool. And he also bounces, which is really awesome. I didn't expect him to. That's great. Honestly, I'm really pretty thrilled about that. This also means we want to add a vertical force down. Okay, this might actually work pretty fast, actually. So we're going to add a force, a vertical force. So we're going to go to our rigid body here. There we go. Which is going to be, got to make sure we're good here. Okay, rigid body, add force. And it's all the way down here. Jump. This is pound. Good, okay. Rigid body, add force. And it's going to be, just down, vector 3 down, world space. It doesn't need to be the transform down, just in case. Actually, I know for certain it needs to be because this is a ball, so it's always rotating. If it was transformed down, it would go in all sorts of places, depending on the ball's rotation. And then this is going to be pound speed. Do we have a pound speed? No, we don't. So pound speed. I mean, honestly, speed is fine, but it's really a force. So let's do pound force. And go right back up to is pounding, and this is going to be a, let's take a look here. Well, there's pound sound. That's good, that's fine. We'll rearrange all this crap. Public float, pound, force. By default, it's going to be like 10. And that honestly should do it. That should only occur, though, if is pounding is set to false. So if is pounding is set to false, then you can only do it once. Okay, that's about it. What about that? Pound froze, pound force. Let's take a look, guys. Let's take a look here. Let's hit play and see what the pound force does for us. We'll be able to, you mentioned you want to pound in any direction. I think what I'm going to do is if you, we got to figure out the ability to sort of dash forward as a ball. Good. I think we need to do something heavier here. Actually, I feel like what we need to do is rigid body dot for is it set force? Can you set the force? No, velocity. Rigid body dot velocity equals vector 3 dot 0. That way we can set it to 0 and just instantly go down. Okay. Pound force should probably be something like 100. So let's do that really quick. Let's take a look. Oh. That way it gives you like perfect control, you know? Boom. Boom. So it looks like if you hold space, you really should be jumping. Let's set the pound force to like 300 and see what we get. Cool. That was fun. Boing, boom. Dude, that's crazy. If you're holding shift and press space, that's so fun. I love that. I don't know why it's working like that, but it works. So if I do this, let's see here. Yeah, I like that. It's fun. We just need a sound. We'll go to artlist.io in just a sec. Boom. Fun. So if I'm holding shift, still pound. Okay, good. All right, so a couple things here. The pound sound, pound start sound. Good, okay. I have some Hollow Knight sounds that I was using in this to test it, see how it feels, because I love the sounds in those games. Hero dash, pound start sound. Let's do that. So obviously, guys, for absolute clarity here, this is a Hollow Knight sound, but we're going to use it just to see how it feels. I find it's really helpful to put staged music in there or like music you really like that you might not be able to use. So the example is what we're playing right now. And also sound effects from other games that you really like. See how it feels. All right, so if we're pounding, then do all this crap. So audio source dot play one shot, and we're going to do the pound start sound. Good. But we also need a pound sound, right? A smashing sound. So it's going to be right here. Pound sound. Good. So we got a pound start sound, and then we've also got a pound sound. So let's take a look here. Pound sound, hero damage, and then hero dash. Those are both from Hollow Knight. Here they are. And then pound sound is, let's take a look here. Hero dash. Okay, let's try it. Good. It kind of feels weird being able to pound while you're rolling. Let's see here. Why is that happening? Okay. So if we're holding pound, it's not gonna work. So what we need to do is we need to say something like, if the key is up, then you have to wait for it to release. Able to jump. Is that it? Yeah, I think that might be it. That might be the value. Able to jump. Where does that get set? Able to jump. Huh. Do we start a coroutine? There it is. It starts right there. Oh, that's to ensure we can't spam jump. Oh, is pounding equals needs to be set to false only if let me think here. Oh man, this is hard. First off, can I spam jump? If I hold space, can I just jump randomly? Let's see. No, I have to release. So why isn't that the case with pounding? Let's take a look. What is this? I don't know what that is. Let's double check and make sure that's good. Jump hold timer. That's what it is. Jump hold timer. I think that's what it needs to be. Let's take a look here. Ooh, jump hold timer equals 0. Let's try that. Maybe. Let's try that out. Thomas, you set to false inside of is jumping. What do you mean? Where? We'll take a look. I think you might be right, but we'll take a look. Good, it works. It's fun. Sweet. All right, so if we set the, man, that feels great. If we set the pound force to something like 150 or maybe even 175. There we go. There we go. Fun. That feels great. It's also really bouncy. And you can keep doing it, which is even better. I love it. Fun. Boing, boing, boing. So we need like a boing sound. That's really fun. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today in this April Fool's joke. Obviously, it's not because I actually love this. But we'll be streaming this and Father and all sorts of stuff, keeping things fresh and having a lot of variety here. Thanks for joining me, guys. This was super, super fun. And just remember to grab that game kit below and also that free 3D course. And I'll see you guys very soon. Get over here. Get down. Thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe, and also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game, and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have, and you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right,